Rick's friend Spencer called up the shop and said he had a great lead on the boat. So I thought I'd hop on a plane, come out to Harson's Island, Michigan. What a great chance to check out a boat with Rick and see if we can make a great buy. He's gonna be happy to see yours truly, his best friend. How you doing, boss?
What the are you doing here? Why are you not at work?
You didn't know he was supposed to be here?
No. We're at someone's house. We'll talk about this later, Chuck.
Let's go check this boat out, guys.
Boats and bros, Rick.
Yeah.
Boats and bros, you remember.
Explain to me why I can't fire you. Whoa.
Gentlemen,
How's it going? I'm Rick.
Rick, Neil, how are you?
Well, Rick, is this everything you were looking for?
Yeah, an old school wood Chris Craft.
1925. Just a little older than I am.
Okay.
I have a 1925 triple cockpit Chris Craft runabout. I really haven't given a lot of thought to selling the boat. I don't know that I want to get rid of it, but we'll see. I'm willing to talk to him and have some fun with it.
That's pretty amazing. So this was from the 20s. I can almost guarantee you this thing was used for bootlegging.
Yeah, more than likely.
In the 1920s, the second largest industry in Detroit was alcohol during Prohibition.
That's correct.
Cars was number one, alcohol was number two, because you're just 10 minutes away by boat to Canada, and there was a big premium for Canadian whiskey because the American whiskey, most of it was made in a bathtub. So if you're going to be successful at that particular business, you needed a fast boat. And it was boats like this that brought it in. They would get these things going 40 miles an hour in the 1920s.
That was moving back then.
Well, 40 miles an hour on the lake is moving now. You're out on the water, you're doing 40 miles an hour, you were hauling. And even if the Coast Guard spotted you, if you were on one of these things, it was really easy to get away from the Coast Guard and stash your booze.
You hit the nail right on the head. That's exactly how it worked.
So to this day, Chris Craft is still considered like one of the best boats there is. This company was like family owned forever. It was two brothers, Chris and Hank Smith, that started this in the 1880s. And basically the reason why it's called Chris Craft is because it was named after Chris's craft, which was making boats.
That's it.
They're rare and they're getting rarer all the time.
And the price is going up.
Speaking of price, how much do you want for it?
I wouldn't take any less than 80,000 for it.
Okay.
Diamond in the rough. And guess what? Your boy Chum Lee found it for you.
Hey, wait a minute, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the one who put the legwork in. I found this boat. Now I know why you didn't want him coming out here.
Listen, you did a great job, Spence. But I will say something else. You guys are boring the hell out of Spence and I. Can we just get on this thing, test drive it to even see if it works?
Yeah, and I claim any of the leftover bootleg whiskey that's been there since the 20s.
Yeah, I would like to take it for a spin and check everything out on it.
We can do that.
All right, guys, we're gonna have a great day out on the water. It's time to hit the open sea. We got an amazing captain and an even better first mate. Land ho, boys!
This thing does get it.
Yeah? I mean, it's a pretty smooth ride.
Sure, there's a lot of big ships going through here.
Yeah, there's a big boat. That's bigger than ours. Somebody's saying hi to it.
Oh, yeah!
Rick, you want to run this?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'll run it.
Okay, good.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Oh, let him run it. He'll be fine.
Whoa!
All right, now you put it in gear.
Yeah.
This is your throttle.
Okay, so it's
To your right, yeah. That's good right there. Now you're boogieing.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's all right, it feels good.
Nice little spray.
Now I'll swap seats with you.
All right, I'm doing the slide over this time.
That's right. I'll just go
Excellent
right in front
driving,
of you.
Chum. Excellent driving.
Don't kick me in the nuts, we're good. Good
Yeah.
job. You did a real good job.
All right. That was a hell of a ride. This thing runs perfect.
Boats and bros, can we get everyone in the middle? Like a soccer team? Bow.
I'll give you one, bro.
I have some serious
Boats and
issues of
bros.
just being here, all right?
All right, Rick, you and I get off the boat.
Okay, here. So how much you want for this?
I told you back in the boathouse, $80,000.
Is that Canadian money?
You are a wheeler and a dealer.
Would you
No,
take,
that would be U.S. funds.
okay. Would you take 65 grand?
No, I would not. No, I would not. The minimum I would take would be 75.
Why don't we just say 70,000, call it a day?
You got to do better than that, right?
$72,000 and you have a deal.
$72.
All right.
That's
Cool.
how you close the deal, Rick. I didn't even have to get out of the boat to do that.
We still need to have a discussion later today.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing?
So what is this?
It's a rare SMG 4-barrel spear gun.
Is it yours? I mean, is this something
It
that
is
you,
mine.
Is it something that you actually use, or?
Yes, I've used it quite a bit.
So what do you fish with this?
Anything that looks tasty and is legal to shoot.
Okay, I went sea bass fishing. I just used a pole.
I came to the pawn shop so I could sell my Johnson SMG 4-barrel spear gun. I can use the money to repair my boat so I can get back out spearfishing. I'd like to get $7,000 for the spear gun. Without the boat, I can't fish, so I can get another spear gun, just not a boat.
This is pretty cool. Is this something that you typically would use in a boat, or is it something you'd actually be like scuba diving?
You'd be, scuba diving or skin diving. It fires underwater.
So what can you tell me about it?
This is from the 60s and 70s, made by Tapmatic Company. Out of Costa Mesa, California, they had a single barrel, a 2-barrel, and a 4-barrel. And the 4-barrel is the most sought-after one.
Well, I can understand why you would want a 4-barrel. I mean, if you shot a shark and didn't kill it right away, I'm sure you want another
It's
shot.
nice to have an extra shot. It sure is. And also good if you get a fish and then you see one that you like better, you've got another spear and, ready to go.
Is it spring-loaded, or?
No, it fires with 22 caliber nail gun blanks.
Can you show me how it works?
Sure. Okay, what you'll do is you have like cartridge adapters like these that a 22 will fit in. Then you load those into the back here, rotate the chamber to the next one, load it, rotate it, load it, then you're ready to go.
Similar to a Gatling gun.
Yep, except it fires underwater and a Gatling gun will probably screw up badly.
So what are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like to get 7,000 out of it.
You know, buddy, I'm born and raised in Nevada. It's a landlocked state. These don't come through here very often. We got, could be nothing, could be a major, major issue for me here. I don't know if this is considered a gun. My license allows me to buy antique firearms, but I'm also allowed to buy nail guns that uses the same exact cartridges that this thing would use. So I don't know where this falls. I am gonna have to give my buddy a call, have him come down here and take a look at it, tell me what it's worth and if it's a gun or whatnot.
Okay.
All right, so hang out and I'll get him down
Got
here
it.
for you.
Okay. Thanks. I love the idea of an expert coming out to see the gun. This gun is so rare, the more you can find out, the better.
We've got an old blunderbuss here.
Almost. This thing is cool. Wow. So this was known as a Johnson SMG Mark IV spear gun or harpoon gun. These were really rare because the company only existed for a few years, and then actually the rights were sold off to a company in New Zealand, but it no longer had the US name to it anymore.
Gotcha.
There's a collector market just for these outside of its utilitarian use as a spear gun. So back here, you can see the maker markings. So Johnson was the designer. The submarine gun, that's why it's SMG, it was made by a company called Tapmatic, which is Costa Mesa, California. So all of this checks out. No question, this is one of the American-produced ones, not one of the New Zealand ones, so it's much more valuable, and it's in excellent condition. At the time that these came out, they were considered the most powerful spear guns in the world because as opposed to using rubber bands, they used 22 caliber wadded blanks. So essentially, they were using the equivalent of a firearm charge.
Which brings me to my first question. Am I allowed to buy this?
I would say probably not. Now, the reason is the legal definition of a firearm in the United States laid out by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is any weapon that was designed or could be readily converted to expel a projectile by action of an explosive is legally considered a firearm. Now, there are exceptions. Anything made before 1899, so 1898 and earlier is considered an antique. That's not a firearm. So that being said, you couldn't buy it. I, however, have a federal firearms license. I can buy this type of thing, but I would really love to see it work. Have you fired it?
I have fired it both underwater and on land too.
Well, we have a range here out in the desert. I mean, is it
Okay.
something that you would come and do?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we'll have some fun with it.
Cool, guys. I'll meet you out at the gun range, and I'll be a happy spectator.
Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you, Rick. I'll see you at the range.
I guess I'll bring my dad if I have to.
I think he'd like it a
Appreciate
lot.
it, man.
All right,
Thanks for coming in.
Corey.
My best advice for the shop is not to buy this because I don't want them in any kind of legal trouble by mistakenly buying a firearm. But these spear guns don't come up for sale often, and I'm pretty interested in it.
This is so cool looking. So this is a spear gun.
It is SMG 4-barrel spear gun.
So can you shoot a shark with this?
Yep, you could. Very easy.
So looks like it's all ready to go.
Yep, I just have to put the cartridges in and we'll be ready to fire it. It fires by 22 caliber nail gun blanks that are slid in through the breech. Then you put the spears down the barrel.
The spears would be different for underwater use, but for dry air use, we're using carbon arrows. To keep within the spear gun theme, I set up a large shark balloon, and it's a little windy, so it's actually like a bit of a moving target, but at least we get 4 chances at it.
Okay. I'm not gonna shoot that thing until I see someone else shoot it a few times.
Well, I came out here with the purpose of shooting this to see if it's something I want to buy, so I guess I'll shoot it.
Okay. You want to cock it?
Oh, so
the
now the
safety off?
safety's off?
The safety is off.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna stand back a little bit.
Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. Rick, you gotta try this.
All right.
But you gotta wait. I got another balloon. I'll put it up right now.
All right. I guess this is the safety position.
Yeah, safe as it's going to get, I guess.
Not like when I was kids and we'd shoot an arrow straight up in the air and see who ran first.
Have at it.
All right. All right, here we go. Oh, come on.
This spear gun was really cool, unique, very powerful, way more powerful than I realized. And it actually hit the target, so I can only imagine how lethal that thing would be underwater. I'm gonna try to buy it.
It's so Buck Rogers.
I've never seen anything like it. Alex, what do you think it's worth?
I did find a little research that one sold just like this about 10 years ago for $7,500. But there is no question in my mind after using this that this should legally be considered a firearm. That means I'd only be able to sell it through an FFL process, which is more complicated and it limits the market. So for me, I would like to own it. I think that if I were to offer you $2,000, I think that's a pretty fair price.
2,000's, very low. I couldn't accept 2,000. I mean, I'd be a player more in, say, 6,
I could come up to 3,000, but that would be it.
I do need to fix my boat. Could you do like 4,500?
It's weird watching this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Doesn't feel right.
I'll give you $3,250.
4,000.
$3,250, it's fair.
You'd feel really good about $4,000, I'm sure.
I won't feel good about 4,000, but I
Eventually you will.
All right, 3,500.
3,750.
Oh, come on, 3,500, you're right there.
3,500.
All right, fine.
All right.
Cool.
Deal.
Deal?
Okay.
You own it.
It was worth something.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have gotten a little more money, but I'm okay. I can fix my boat.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it,
if
Rick.
you ever want to learn to dive, come, look me up and, bring that thing with you. And
It'll probably cost me as much to learn the dive as I spent on the gun.
What do we got here?
Got an old diving helmet I brought in for y'all to take a look at. Just wanting to kind of see, what it might run. Oh, I'm stuck! I'm coming in the pawn shop today to try to sell my old diving helmet. I don't know if it's worth a few $100s or it might be worth a few $1,000s. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going to find out. I like to collect old firearms, so I'm hoping I get enough money to at least give me some money to go towards an old Winchester or something like that.
Can you tell me where you got this thing?
Came from my wife's side of the family. She had an uncle that was in the Navy, and he collected memorabilia.
Do you know anything about it?
Really don't. I mean, it's got to be pretty old. I mean, it's been well used.
Damn, it's heavy. Well, I guarantee your first dive in this thing would have been scary.
I wouldn't even get in it.
If it's real, it's really old, like 1880 to 1900. This thing is so cool. It's one of those items that walks in the door, and I want it even before the guy says hello. It definitely looks old, but then again, there are some concerns here. This looks electrically welded right here. And if this is this old, they didn't have that.
It could be old and somebody could have done some repair works to it.
Okay, but one of the problems with these things is these were so cool sitting on the back of a bar somewhere that they started faking them. Okay? Whenever you have a cool, historical, and visually interesting item, people are going to make fakes. If there's a demand and no supply, people are going to create the supply. So do you want to pawn it or do you want to sell it?
Well, I was just going to see what I might be able to get for it. I like to collect old rifles and just kind of wanted to see what I might get for this to go towards buying a rifle.
I just really need to find out if it's real or not. Because if this thing's real, it's worth a lot of money. The exact figure, I don't know. Okay? But I know a guy who knows all about these things. Let me call him in. Let me get him to take a look at it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks.
All right.
I'm an owner of West Sea Company. I've been dealing in nautical antiques for 35 years. I love the things. Every time I see a nautical antique, my heart starts to flutter. What are your concerns about this, Rick?
First off, is it real? We got parts of this things that are lead soldered together, but this almost looks welded. I mean, everything besides this looks in pretty damn good shape, but I don't even know if that's a big difference on these things. I mean, it's just one of those things I've never seen.
Well, it's no wonder you've never seen one, because this feature up here indicates that it was handmade. It was made back before metal spinning techniques. This is riveted on there. So this is a copper top, both soldered and riveted together so it was airtight. Basically, this is what's called a shallow water helmet. And you weren't swimming around in these things like we do today in scuba gear. These guys were actually standing on the bottom with weighted boots and a lead weight belt around their middle. This was probably the ultimate dangerous job back in its day. There was no telling whether that guy was ever going to come up from the bottom once he went down.
I can just imagine the guy whose job it was to test these things out for the first time. I imagine it's what Chumley would have done if he was alive 150 years ago. So, do you think it's real? And if it is, what year is it?
I've looked at it pretty closely, Rick, and I'd say it's definitely real. What you have here is one of the earliest known American diving helmets that I've ever seen. This thing's got a date to back 1865, 1870.
What were they diving for in 1860?
They were doing pier work, scraping the hulls of warships, looking for cannon on the bottom of a bay.
So what do you think it's worth?
You know, on a good day at auction, I think you're looking at an easy 15,000 bucks. Maybe more.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks, Rod. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Rick.
This is incredible. I can't believe this helmet is so old and worth so much. I really want this in my shop. I just have to get it for the right price. So how much do you want for this thing?
The guy said it's worth 15,000.
I didn't ask you what the guy said. I asked you what you want. I'll give you $7 grand for it. $100 bills.
10. 10 and we'll both be.
$8 grand.
I can't do 8.
I told you what, you said you wanted a gun?
Yeah.
Here. It's even older than the helmet. It's an 1830 competition rifle.
That's a cool gun. Does it still fire?
Yeah, that will still fire.
The rifle and $8 grand in cash, right?
Yep.
Well, I can do that deal. All right.
I love Creative Solutions. This gun's been sitting around the shop for over 2 months, and it was just the perfect item to sweeten the pot to make this deal happen.
I walked in not knowing what it was worth and ended up with $8,000 and a nice old rifle, so I'm real happy with the deal.
My buddy Bob called me down to his shop today to check out one of the first personal watercrafts. It's a Barracuda Hydrocycle. They can be pretty collectible. How you doing, man?
This gentleman, Bob, contacted me. He was interested in selling this.
How are you?
Doing well. So tell me about it, man.
Well, it's a 1969 Hydrocycle. It's probably one of the first PWCs that were made.
That's pretty cool. Someone invented a car and someone wanted a motorcycle for the street. Some guy wanted a motorcycle for the water.
Any older, it might have been the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Today I'm trying to sell my personal watercraft. It's a 1969 Hydrocycle. Most people have never seen one compared to the new jet skis that are out there. I'm hoping to get $2,500 out of it. It's kind of funny what I want, but I need a set of teeth.
It's definitely cool. I mean, it's like basically the first sit-down jet ski, right?
This is from my time when I was a kid, just turning 16, and this was really cool because you didn't see anything like it. It was red and white. You know, if I saw this in a magazine, I was like, wow, that's like the Jetsons, you know?
So what can you tell me about it?
Everything on here is original except for the Merc motor. It's missing, of course, the seat. It's missing a battery. It's missing the fuel tank. Other than that, it's pretty much all there. The shifter is right here. That's for forward and reverse. And then the gas throttle is up here.
Reverse is pretty key on these things because there's no brakes on them. So reverse basically is your brake.
That's true.
So what are we looking to make this thing operational?
First thing we'd have to do is strip everything off of it. Send all the pieces out to get re-chromed, pull the motor off. I would try to get the original 35 horsepower. What we'll do is we'll remake the Barracuda decal, recable everything, new moldings down the sides.
Basically, we're pulling the whole thing apart, rebuilding it, and then going at it from scratch, right?
That's a resto, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What are we talking?
Probably about 4,000.
Okay. So what are you looking to get for it?
I was asking $2,500 for it.
Okay. I mean, for $4 grand worth of restoration, what someone could get for that price after I make a profit, it's just, I don't see being able to make any money on it. I don't have the time or the resources to sit on something like this and try to sell it. I appreciate you letting me take a look at it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, appreciate it, Bob.
Thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
I didn't make the deal, but that's okay. You know, I'll take it back. I'll advertise it. If it doesn't sell, I'll start to restore it myself and probably fall back in love with it.
What do we got here?
Got a 1944 Navy Spotlight off of a PT boat.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all?
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my 1944 U.S. Navy Searchlight. I'd like to try to get $1,500 for it or so because it's in amazing condition and it's 65 years old.
Where did you get this thing?
We discovered it about 1.5 years ago in my father's attic. It was made by the Carlisle and Finch Company, and it was sold to the Navy in San Francisco and dug out the original sales receipt from when it was sold in 1944.
Okay, definitely doesn't say what boat it was off of, though, right?
They sold a lot of them back then on the PT boats.
Wasn't on PT 109, was it?
No, it'd be nice if it was, because...
yeah, that would be worth a little bit more, yeah.
What's a PT 109?
John F. Kennedy's boat when he was in the Navy.
PT boats were small, fast torpedo boats used in World War II. JFK commanded one, and it was sunk by a Japanese destroyer. It was his efforts to save his crew that made him a war hero.
Does it still work?
Yeah, it sure does. We actually hooked it up with a little 9-volt battery.
You can power it up?
I'm not having nothing to do with this.
It's a 9-volt battery, Charlie.
Ta-da!
That is not a very powerful light.
I guess back then it was powerful enough for a PT boat.
This Searchlight is in amazing condition. It's a beautiful piece, and someone took care of it. Best of all, I love it when things still work.
So what do you want to do with this thing?
I'd like to sell it.
And what would you like to get out of it?
I was told by a couple people it could be worth anywhere from $1,500 to $15,000.
I don't see getting 15 grand for this thing. I mean, if it was off some significant boat, I mean, if it was off,
PT-109.
A PT-109, I could see getting that kind of money. And being in this good a shape, it might not have been on a boat. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and offer you like 800 bucks.
I really wanted to get 1,500.
I would give you like 800 bucks. We can't associate it with any ship, okay? And that's a big, big deal.
Could you go 1,200?
I'll go 1,000 bucks. I'm not gonna go no more than that.
Deal.
All right. Write them up, chum.
I'm very happy to get $1,000 for it. I think that was a fair price, and it worked out well.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, what do we got here?
Well, this would be a Henry Roberts map. It exhibits the discoveries made by the British explorer, Captain James Cook.
Okay. Captain Cook was a really remarkable guy. Just imagine 1775. I mean, these were explorers finding new things. So Captain Cook went all around the world and documented everything, came back with drawings of the crazy animals like platypuses and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Which people thought it had to be BS.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell a 1785 James Cook Discoveries chart. My neighbor, he gifted the map to me. He found the map in his attic when he was running new electrical wire. I'm asking $15,000.
This is really cool. I really do love old maps like this. Captain Cook, he was arguably one of the first like scientific rock stars. It's a huge problem about sailing back then. It was really easy to figure out how north or south you were. So basically, if you're going somewhere, you would just go down to that latitude and just sail east or west. And literally sometimes you wouldn't know if it's 2,000 miles away or 100 miles away. You just run into what you're going to. But east and west is a different story. So him and some other people in England actually developed a system to figure out longitude. I believe he was the first one to map Australia, map New Zealand, and he discovered Sandwich Isles, which is Hawaii. Yeah, the Sandwich Islands.
The names and spelling are interesting.
Yeah, that's another thing. It really wasn't up to the 1700s that there was a way to spell things. As long as it sounded right, it was cool. It fascinates me that they could have this much detailed knowledge.
Yeah, it's something to appreciate.
From the 1785 edition. So in 1784, a series of books came out with everywhere he'd been in the world and described his voyages, had some charts and maps in them. There was 3 books and an atlas. Of all those books, you have the coolest page of all the books. It does have some condition issues. This is absolutely terrible. Someone glued this whole thing right here.
I know.
And this is a nasty little stain there, but this was laid paper from 1780s. The dates are right on the paper. I just want to make sure it's a first edition. So, I mean, it's really cool. I'd like to have my buddy take a look at it. I just want to make sure this is the map from those books.
All righty, not a problem.
Oh. Yes, we have a general chart exhibiting the discoveries made by Captain James Cook in his 2 preceding voyages with the tracks of the ships under his command.
Very nice. Captain Cook was amazing. He was the one who went around the world 3 times. He was attempting to claim parts of the world for England. Places like New Albion here. New Albion is California, but this was England claiming that part of North America.
Okay.
Even though I don't think the Spanish would have agreed at that point. This is from the 1785 edition. This map is one of the ones from the second printing of the voyages. There were 3 volumes that were the descriptive volumes, and then an oversized volume that had the maps in them. And this was the major map. It's a wonderful chart. It's often the one that people like, but it's got some condition issues that are fairly major. You've got some breakage at the fold. You can see a lot of discoloration in here. This is bad. The fact that somebody glued this label on here, you'd want to have a conservator take a look at it. and that's going to have some expense involved in it, but it's a collectible map. You know, it's a beautiful piece.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, very interesting piece.
Yeah,
thank you.
So how much you want for this thing?
Well, I'm asking 15,000.
Okay, that number is like astronomical. Just last year, the 4-volume set, the 1784 first edition, with all the maps, sold for 18,000.
Okay.
You have the coolest page out of all the books, but there's just no way it would ever go for $15,000, especially being so damaged. I mean, completely restored, I could probably get $2,000 out of it.
Okay.
I'd give you like 400 bucks for it.
Whoa. I mean, I'm definitely interested in getting a good number for it. You know, nothing around $400 I would take.
Okay. Well, shop around. If you change your mind, come back and see me.
Not a problem. Thanks, Rick.
It's pretty good.
Yep. I was pretty surprised to hear the value of the map. I was hoping to get $15,000 for this map, but I guess the ship has sailed.
What is this?
It looks like Jungle Cruise.
Yes. It is a radio-controlled Jungle Cruise boat, miniaturized for the Disneyland Hotel.
That is definitely cool.
I was a Jungle Cruise skipper working the ride at Disneyland, and when they took the radio-controlled attraction out, I bought one, and here it is.
Hello, folks. Welcome. This is your Captain Chumley. Go ahead and wave to the people behind you on the dock. You may never see them again.
I'm at the pawn shop today because I want to sell my radio-controlled Jungle Cruise boat from the Disneyland Hotel. If I can sell the boat today, I'm going to go on an actual cruise down the Amazon or maybe even to the Bahamas.
This is really, really cool. Before Disneyland, there was no such thing as a theme park.
Right.
There were some permanent carnival locations around the country, but it was usually pretty dirty and gross. Walt Disney wanted to make Disneyland way different, and the Jungle Cruise was one of his really signature rides. I mean,
yeah, it's one of the original attractions. Took up 1/5 of Disneyland when it opened.
And this is still one of the most popular rides in Disneyland. Every time you go to Disneyland, you got to go on this because it's such a fun ride.
You start on the Irrawaddy River. From the Irrawaddy River, you go to the Nile.
Then it has like a cool little waterfall in there. You like, you come up on it, and then you dodge it, then you go around and you drive under it.
It's called Schweitzer Falls, and it's named after Dr. Albert Falls.
Dr. Albert Falls?
Yes.
It's so funny.
Everyone who's a Jungle Boat captain seems to be an aspiring comedian.
Yes, back then we used to all watch the Johnny Carson show to get jokes to tell the next day on the ride.
What's your best joke?
I'd like to thank you for coming aboard the world-famous Jungle Cruise. If you enjoyed it, my name is Nick. If you didn't enjoy it, my name's Rick.
So this smaller remote control version was an attraction at the hotel?
Yes, they had a miniaturized version of the ride over at the Disneyland Hotel.
So how did it work? It was like a stationary remote control or something?
There was a big steering wheel on the dock, and you paid like $2, and you drove the boat on this little lagoon area, and it was really cool.
So does this thing work?
Yes, absolutely. There's only 2 that work in the world, and this is one of them.
Have you set up a remote control for it or something like that?
I just had it restored. It's radio controlled.
All right. How much you want for it?
A lot of them have been sold in the $4,000 range, but those don't work, and they're not nearly as beautiful as this one. So I was going to ask $5,500 because it works.
Okay. I have a buddy, and he's all things Disney.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a call and have him take a look at it. I absolutely love this thing. I'll be right back.
I'm kind of nervous, but also excited that an actual expert is going to come in and look at the boat and maybe hopefully give us some more information.
Wow, this is amazing. I remember this. This was like the big deal. Back in the day at the Disneyland Hotel, this was really the only form of entertainment after you left the park. And so everybody would congregate to this, and you would actually be the skipper of the Jungle Cruise. I mean, there was nothing better than this. This is actually kind of amazing here because these were basically bumper cars. I mean, if you saw these in operation, the kids didn't have much interest in making them travel through the jungle ways of Disneyland. They wanted to see how many other boats they could crash.
Sounds like my kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. To watch these things be crashed around, I can't believe they actually survived as many years as they did.
Do they have like different people in them?
They did. All of these figures were hand painted to make them look realistic, and I'm kind of surprised that this one actually has as many people in it as it does. It was amazing that they survived like this. This is probably the most complete one I've actually seen.
Okay, so is this like legitimately one of them?
I actually happened to be at the facilities when these were retired, and this is it. Sadly, they decommissioned these and took out all the electronics and interior pieces and used them for other boats that they also operated.
So they took all the guts out of them?
They took all the guts out of them, and none of them worked anymore. Only a couple of these that I know of have been made to run again, and it's not a real easy process.
Okay, he says it runs, so I guess, is it all right if you replace the guts in them?
If it was done properly, it adds to the value dramatically. People love the idea of being able to run it again.
I want to know if this thing will float on water.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
I'd love to see if it runs.
Where's a pool around here that we can go to?
And the D Hotel, and they got good food. We can hit lunch afterwards.
Okay, let's go down the D. I'll meet you down there. We'll go to the pool, and we'll eat afterwards. How's that?
Perfect. I hope you brought your swim trunks.
You want a chili dog? I got two. Yes or no?
Did you have that outfit in your car or something?
You never know when you might need your bathing suit, man.
I don't even... Let's throw it in the water.
Let's try it. The Disneyland Jungle Boats are incredibly rare. They only made 22 of them. So if it works, the collector market is absolutely incredible.
It's not sinking.
That's really good news. Let's give it a whirl.
Hello, folks. I'm your tour guide today. My name is Chumlee. Please remember to keep your hands in the boat. We are approaching Croc territory, and they do like a handout.
That's an old one.
Okay, as far as I see, all the controllers are working. It's going left and right. Rudder seems good.
Is that full speed?
This is full speed.
Go, baby.
Look how good this thing works.
Yeah, runs good.
All right, so it obviously works and everything like that. So what's it worth?
You know, you're talking $7 grand, easy.
So you're saying it's worth $7 grand?
I would absolutely say this is worth $7 grand for sure.
All right, well, thanks, man. All right,
You'll be fine with that.
All right.
All right.
$7,000 was a very fair price.
No, I'll give you $4 grand for it.
$4 grand?
Yeah.
He said $7,000. I'm offering it for $5,500. That's $1,500 less.
I'll tell you what I can do. $4,200, and that's going to be my final offer. I don't have a lot of wiggle room here.
Give me a little wiggle room up. You're a great Jungle Cruise skipper. This is.
I will give you $4,200, and that's all I can give you. And put that thing down.
$43,500.
I will go to $4,300. That's all I can do.
Shake on that, $4,300. We have a deal. Thank you for riding the cruise today. Don't come back anytime soon.
I bought the boat. I'll make money off it. All in all, it's been a great day, except for Chump. You grab that, come back to the shop, and change. Got it?
I'll see you back at the shop, Rick. You forgot your chili dog.
So this is the boat you called me about.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, that's nice, man.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell my 1984 27-foot Chris Craft. When I bought this boat 6 months ago, paid $25,000 for it. Hopefully no less than $20,000 is what I'll take for it today.
So what can you tell me about it, man?
It's 27 feet. It's got twin 350s, two 140 blowers.
So what are you trying to do with it, man? Sell it or pawn it?
No, I want to sell it. It needs a little bit more work than I can afford to put back into it.
What kind of work, man?
It's going to be a little bit of a fix. You got one of the outdrives inoperable, little electrical problems. Water damage is obvious.
Yeah, my dad always told me, man, these things were a hole in the water you threw money in.
Right, that's what it's turning out to be.
If my dad knew I was meeting a guy to buy a boat, he would kill me. He hates boats. Wow, man, that is really nice. How fast do these things go, man?
They had this GPS over 70 miles an hour. Between the speed, the comfort, the way a Chris Craft cuts through the water, it's second to none.
I mean, to be honest, I love this boat. I mean, yeah, there's problems, but I'm sure they can be fixed. What are you trying to get out of it, man?
I was hoping to get around 25,000.
25? That's a real tough sell for me, man. My old man would kick my ass over that. The problem I'm gonna have, man, is I just don't know how much money's gonna need to be put into it. As the way it sits now, man, I mean, I could probably offer you 12.
Nah, we're gonna have to step it up a little bit from there, brother.
Well, tell me what you're thinking, man, and don't tell me 25. That's
20,000 is the lowest I think I can go.
I'll tell you what, man.
If you'll take 16.5, I can do it. That's really the best I can do.
Okay, 16.5, you got a deal.
Right now, I couldn't be happier. I mean, this boat's not in bad condition. It just needs a little work.
Pops, what is Corey doing looking at a boat?
I have no idea, son. We don't buy boats. Oh, no.
The reason we don't invest in boats is because they're holes in the water you throw money into. They are expensive. There's no money to be made. What were you doing out there with that boat?
No, I bought it.
What do you mean you bought it?
I bought it. What do you mean?
How much you pay for it?
16.5.
Did you test drive it?
No.
What do you mean no?
No, I didn't test drive it. It's a Chris Craft. The thing's worth like 30 grand.
I could give a it's a Chris Craft. Doesn't spend that kind of money until he asks me first. Don't ask the old man, don't ask anybody else. You ask me.
Corey.
You know, you sit here and you tell me all this where I'm supposed to like take this over, but every time I make a decision, you got something to say.
Well, yeah, when you make a stupid decision, yeah.
No, what's the real issue, dude?
Didn't test drive it.
Yeah.
The rule is we test every thing.
I was in a parking lot.
Doesn't take many stupid decisions like this to sink a company. It is my money.
No, we're gonna make plenty of money, dude. No, seriously, Dad, what do you want me to do?
Corey.
Nah, it's yours and the old man's. It's the stores that you tell me to spend. Let him walk away.
Ask me?
Honey, you this, dude. Over the. Right now, I'm taking this boat to my buddy Bill, and I'm really hoping he can fix this thing so I can shut my father up.
What the hell you got here?
It's my new 1984 Chris Craft.
I've known the guys down at the pawn shop since 1989 when I first came to town, ran out of money, and had to hawk the chain. We've been buddies ever since. Yeah, your dad know you bought this?
Yeah, he's pissed.
Do you know if it runs?
He told me there was a problem with one of the outdrives and a problem with one of the motors.
But you never started it?
No, I haven't started.
You don't know how long it's been since it's been serviced?
I have no idea, man. Guy literally pulled into the parking lot of the shop and I grabbed it.
The next time you buy a boat, call me.
I really hope I didn't just blow 16 grand.
You know what this is, don't you?
What's that?
This is a really, really, really special boat. It's a history-making boat. It's a Chris Craft. It's an American classic. It don't get much better than that. You've got a hella boat here. The boat's worth lots of money. It's one of the greatest American boats made. Back in the day when this boat came out, it was cutting edge. These are the boats you used to see on Miami Vice. When they came out, this was the Cadillac. What'd you pay for it?
16.5.
Well, this boat in pristine shape, fixed up, is worth easy 30,000 or more.
Okay.
Well, as long as you don't spend a whole lot of money on repairs, you might have hit a home run, you might have struck out. We'll find out when the bills add up.
Bill's been working on the boat for about a week, and now we're on our way to pick it up. Yeah, I just hope this whole investment thing works out because, you know, I want to prove to my dad I can run this company. I don't need him here.
Well, what do you boys think?
Ah, man, it looks great. What'd you end up having to do here?
Well, we went through the hydraulics for the trim system and replaced the motor. The main engine fuse was blown. That's why the motor wouldn't start.
Okay.
We tuned them both up, changed the oils, changed the drive oils, acid washed it, and buffed it out and detailed it.
This is probably the most stressed I've been since I started working here. I mean, bottom line, the repairs have to cost less than 10,000 bucks or I'm screwed. So what's the damage?
You spent about 4,000.
Ah, that's not bad at all, dude.
Oh, good. I thought it was going to be just something horrendous.
When Rick realized he only spent $4,000 on the boat, I thought he was going to kiss me.
So, Bill, how much do you think I can get out of this thing?
Oh, you'll get 30 plus for it. It's a classic.
All right, I guess we made money this time.
You're the only guy in the world that can bitch about making $10,000 today. After repairs, we're only in this boat 20,500 bucks. That leaves us a lot of room to make a really good profit. Bill, man, thanks for saving my ass, man.
No problem, man.
I'm happy the boat worked out. I really am. But Corey has really got to talk to me or the old man before he makes these kind of decisions again.
You ready to go for a ride?
Definitely. I would never have second thoughts about buying another boat. Who could not like this?
We did great, Big Hoss.
All right, this wasn't a bad deal after all.
Antoine and I are in Lake Tahoe checking out a 27-foot sailboat.
Oh, wow. This is dope.
Yeah. It's a 1972 Catalina that looks to be in pretty good condition. But before I can put an anchor down on this deal, I'm gonna need to see how it sails. I think Captain has a good ring to it. Captain Chum-Lee.
Okay.
What are all the terms you need to know to be the captain of a sailboat?
Well, you have to know how to control the boom.
This is the boom?
Yeah, and then the mast.
Okay, so with the boom and the mast.
And the nice thing with this boat is you have a wheel. Most of them have a tiller.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Does that make it easier to drive?
It does, yes.
So basically, he can do this by himself.
He could, yes.
Great.
Not recommended, though.
Yes. You and your dog, you could be out on the boat together.
You and Pinky running this
Pinky,
thing.
yes.
I'd rather be with Pinky than you.
Chum, why are you interested in yourself?
Because I'm a seaman.
The old man was a seaman.
I know. I want to be like the old man and be out on the open waters. And if you can sell your own boat, that's one less bill because you don't have to pay for a captain.
That sounds good.
You think we can take a stop and jump in, maybe? Do a little snorkeling?
Sure, yeah. So, Antoine, you could help with the main halyard, the one on your right.
I love snorkeling.
All
right.
What are you doing? Where did you get this outfit from?
This is my wetsuit. I got you this hat, all right?
For what?
Because I don't want you to get burnt by the sun. Ready?
How's the water?
Perfect.
Chum, get your crazy ass back on the boat.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
My hands are so cold. That was freezing, Antoine. Holy crap. I need to get some dry clothes on and head back and warm up before we talk about this negotiation. Because, boy, I can't even talk. I'm so cold.
Boats and bros.
All right, what a ride.
That was fun.
It was. Pretty freaking awesome. I mean, I know what it's like to be a captain now. It sails great on the water, I give you that. Minus a little bit of paint and, a little glue and some elbow grease, I think it's in great condition. Definitely what I need to further my scuba and snorkeling career. All right, the big question, man. What's the golden ticket? How much do you want?
Asking $7 for it.
I think that's just a little too much for me, though, because I am gonna have to do, the minor work, and I'm gonna have to get it out of the water back to Vegas. Would you do 34?
Would you meet me part way, like at 45?
Would you do 38?
Considering you have to get it back to Vegas, I'd do 38.
We got a deal then.
We got a deal.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's go over here and we'll work out the details. See, Antoine, that's how you buy a boat. I got the boat. It's beautiful. I can't wait to enjoy it with Rick. He can be my first mate, but he's gonna have to take that up with Antoine.
So I'm down in Florida looking for a vintage sport boat for a client of mine, and I think I found one.
Is this the boat?
Yep, Sam 5. And I might be kicking myself here later because for some reason I brought Chum along.
Hey, Skipper.
It's Rick Harrison. We talked on the phone?
We did. Bob Melton.
This is Chum.
Hi, Chumley. How are you? Welcome to South Florida.
So this is it?
This is it. This is Sam 5. It's a 1964 Rybovich. By the mid-'60s, this was the quintessential custom sports fisherman.
Okay.
Me and Rick are on vacation, so this is a perfect way to kick it off.
We're working. This is not a vacation.
Oh.
This boat is a 37-foot sports fisherman, maintained to what I like to call Palm Beach condition, borderline perfection. My wife and I get a little older. We'd like to optimize and get a boat that would be a little more comfortable for cruising in our golden years, as they say.
I'm impressed. It's amazing.
Pop Rybovich was a Polish immigrant. He was a craftsman from the old country. He had 3 sons that all went off to World War II, and they came back and developed the Rybovich name. Most of the major elements that are seen on modern sports fishermen today were developed by the Ryboviches.
That's the fighting chair.
Fighting chair. This chair was designed specifically to support catching fish up to 1,000 pounds.
And Rybovich invented that, right?
They did.
Okay.
It bolted down through the hull so that it won't get ripped out, and it's also quite comfortable.
I'm gonna try this couch out. Yeah.
This chart table is a specialty that Rybovich developed, so you can figure out where you're going. The boat is fully air-conditioned. It's got a full head or bathroom with a shower and a full galley or kitchen.
Oh, I like that.
And then 2 bunks.
You could live on this.
We do. My wife and I cruise this for months at a time.
This is beautiful.
I'm ready to hit the water. Are we gonna test drive this thing or what?
Everything about this boat is absolutely amazing.
Please tell me you're not letting him drive.
Not only were they sport fishing boats, but it was literally luxury of the day. And even today, you just don't see work like this anymore, period.
Want to see how fast this boat goes?
Yeah. This is one of the original boats that he did that was designed like this. It's wooden hull. It's all mahogany inside. It's teak deck. It's got new engines in it. Everything's been redone. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
You've done a beautiful job maintaining this boat.
Now we'll just see if I can come up with the right price on it. So what'd you think, chum?
I thought it was pretty awesome, but I guess we do got to get to the beach.
So, hey, what's your best price on it?
Well, I'm listing at $379.
Would you go 340?
I really can't.
It's an amazing boat. Will you take 350?
I can't do 350. I'll meet you in the middle. That'd be about 364, 365.
No, I'd do like 350.
I literally have $350,000 in upgrades of this boat in the last 2 years.
Well, thanks anyway, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You did an amazing job with this thing. You really did. I'm really close on this boat, but I have a customer that's willing to pay a certain amount. And by the time I get this thing back to the West Coast, there's no money to be made. Have a good one.
You know what boat means, right? Bust out another 1,000.
So what do we got here?
This is a 22-foot AYT. It's got twin 1100 two-stroke motors. It needs a little TLC, as you can see.
Needs a little more than TLC.
This was a pet project of mine. I spent a little bit too much money on it, and I'm looking to recoup my losses. I'm hoping to sell it for at least $15,000.
Oh my God.
I don't mind the occasional fixer-upper, but this thing's a piece of
So what have you done to it, man? I mean, this thing looks like it's, less than 50% complete.
When I picked it up from the previous owner, it was just a hull, so I worked on getting some of the major systems in. The biggest thing was the motors. These are twin 1100 Kawasaki's.
So when this thing is done, how fast will it go?
Other similar models with smaller motors were doing 70, 75, so with these larger motors, it might even be pushing 80.
Even though this boat looks beat up, it's got 2 things going for it: an all-aluminum body and new twin engines. And that gives it a lot of potential. Big question, what do you want for it?
Right now, in materials and labor, I'm into it about $15,000. I was trying to get 15 for it. That's about what's in it now.
That's not gonna happen. There's just no way I can come close to that price.
This boat's one of a kind, though. That's custom hull, custom engines.
I understand one of a kind. I have some one of a kind dinosaur turrets in my backyard. And trust me, no one wants to buy them either. I'll give you $5 grand for it.
No, that's not enough. The motors are worth more than that.
This guy's in this boat 15 grand. Sorry, but it looks like, and it's gonna be another 10 or 15 grand before this thing's fixed up and ready to go.
I mean, I have a boat without a steering wheel. I have a battery just sitting there with like wires and stuff hanging out. I got no seats. I got nothing connected. We're gonna have to put a lot of money into this. I mean, $7,500, take it or leave it.
All right, deal.
All right, let's go, man. Let's do some paperwork.
This scares me a little bit. I think if I can get this thing fixed between 5 and 10 grand, I can make a lot of money on it. That's if the motors are what he says they were. Because if they're not,
I could be screwed. But I won't know until I take it to my buddy Bill to get it fixed up.
Hey, Bill.
Hey,
So
guys.
is it done?
Yeah, she's done. Took a lot of work, but she's done. I'm Bill, AKA Big Daddy. I own Racing Performance Marine, RPM. We're a restoration and repair shop. And if you got a boat in Nevada, you want it to go fast, it ends up here.
So what all you do to it?
Well, first off, we were able to save the paint job. Remember how oxidized it was on the top?
Yeah.
We had our friend over at the machine shop fabricate this steering wheel. The back seats we repaired. We fabricated a 2-in-1 exhaust system to equalize the back pressure. After some investigation, we found out this boat is an AYT XP 2200, what they call jet sport boat. It's a combination of a jet and a speedboat at the same time. The motors were in really good shape. These are 1100 Kawasaki engines that are putting out 180 horsepower apiece. What makes the boat so fast is the dual engines. Most of these boats have one engine in them. Plus the fact that the hull's made out of aluminum makes it about 1,000 pounds lighter than the comparable size fiberglass boat. It flies. We clocked it at 72 miles an hour.
All right, that's all it asks.
And we had to shut it down because it started getting airborne.
Awesome.
I'm happy with the way the boat turned out, but it looks like it took a lot of work, and that means a lot of money.
All right, how much am I into it?
They could be money pits. You know what boat stands for. Bust out another 1,000.
Anything over 7,000, I'm not gonna make any money. I just hope I haven't made a terrible mistake.
Took a lot of work, but you actually come out really good on this one.
Okay.
Your bill's about 4,800 bucks.
I can't believe we're in this boat only $12,300. That leaves me a ton of room for profit.
How much do you think I can get out of this thing?
I've checked around. These boats go from anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000.
It's a home run. It's a solid home run for me.
Looks like you're gonna make some money on this, Pop.
Make at least 7 grand up.
Yeah, you got a lot of room to play with there. Once you ride in it, you might not sell it.
I can't wait to get this thing on the water. I've been in race cars, but I've never been in a race boat.
So you gonna go to the lake with me?
Nah, dude, it don't look like my big ass is gonna fit in these seats. Chums either. It might be a U-boat, buddy.
Stunt butt. Come on.
Stunt butt. The one unfortunate thing about the boat is the seats are a little bit too small for them to get their butts in.
Because help me out of here real quick.
Nope.
Because.
Come on, Chum, let's go. Quit playing around.
Come on, guys. Don't leave me here. Hey, you guys suck.